Hello, my name is Esther, and today I will be talking about my third lesson, which is on literature. So let me just go there real quick. Okay, so literature is also going to include a total of 3 sections, and in this first section, I will be talking about how you analyze literature, how you read literature. So over here it says, literature causes us to imagine, analyze, interpret, and create. When we read literature in class, it causes us to analyze the author's work. This then causes us to interpret what the author is attempting to convey. This analyzation causes us to imagine all the possibilities of the author's purpose. We then create a possible answer to what the author may be saying in his work. So this basically says that when you read literature, you are required to analyze it, interpret it a certain way, or interpret in your own definition, or how you want to read it, or what may be going on in this situation. So it's like causing you to create your own story of how you want to interpret what it's saying. Okay, so for literature 2, I will just be listing some facts about literature and what it is. So the first one is literature is considered writing in art form. Number 2, literature is like reading through an analytical lens. Number 3, literature helps us as readers imagine and become creative. So basically stating that literature is something that's actually very creative. It's writing, but in art form. So it's something that you can actually create something out of it. And it's a way for you to analyze. It's a way for you to interpret into your own, how you want to see it. So for literature 3, I'll be talking about the categories of literature. So these over here are the categories of literature I have explained on the left-hand side. And over here for number 1, I wrote fiction and nonfiction. So what is fiction and nonfiction? Fiction is like stories through imagination. Nonfiction is like stories through content or informational facts. Number 2, I have poetry and prose. What is poetry and prose? Poetry, language that includes rhyme. Prose is grammatical structure and flow of words. Number 3, I have novel, short story, and drama. So what is novel, short story, and drama? Novel is a fictional narrative. Short story is a fictional prose. Drama is fictional acting or performance. So over here, I have pictures that say fictions are stories that have made up characters and events. Nonfiction is real books that tell, inform, teach, and explain. And this is just a funny picture that says drama, even though it's not really performance, but it's drama in daily life, where it says, people who have no life will always try to start a drama in yours. And over here for poetry and prose, I listed prose versus poetry, what prose includes and what poetry includes. So prose is most everyday writing is in prose form. The language of prose is typically straightforward. Ideas are contained in sentences that are arranged in paragraphs. And poetry is it's reserved for expressing something in an artistic way. The language, poetry tends to be more expressive or decorated with comparisons, rhyme, rhythm, contributing to a different sound and feel. Ideas that are contained in lines that are arranged in stanzas. So poetry has stanzas and prose is more how you write, how you should write. It's the grammatical structure and flow of words. So fiction was a made-up story, basically. It's your imagination. And nonfiction is content or informational facts, so it's something that has happened, a fact that is true. And poetry includes rhyme, stanza, artistic expression, and you can put your thoughts and feelings into it. Prose is the grammatical structure flow of words, which is how you write. It's very straightforward. It's like listing the facts, and they're more in paragraph forms instead of stanza forms. Novel is a fictional narrative, so this is like a made-up narrative of a person's story or a person's journey. Short story, fictional prose, is like a made-up story that is grammatically correct in a way. It's like put into paragraphs of this story that you're reading. And for drama, fictional acting or performance. So this is like people who go up on stage to perform. They act out a made-up story, or it could be a real story too. They act a story of something that has happened or something that they imagine happened, and they're just performing it. So that concludes my lesson on literature. Thank you so much for listening.